A huge game at the Motorpoint Arena. Stephen Gertson was ready, so was Jeff Woolhouse and the rest of the Sheffield Steelers. That's the man they had to beat, Stephen Murphy, and he was to have a blinder as the Steelers welcomed the Belfast Giants into town on a Sunday night, and what a cracker it was. Rycroft and Hewitt started the affair off, and it was game on right from the very first shift. The Sheffield Steelers laid 64 hits on the Giants. Bang, there's the first one from Captain Jonathan Phillips leading the way. It was high intensity, high emotion right off the get-go. Shots coming in, Murphy called on, pushing, shoving, afters, everything you'd want from a game. This was to be the best game at the Motorpoint Arena in, well, a very long time. The Sheffield Steelers threw everything, had chance after chance. Murphy was denying, some he knew about, some he didn't. But then, against the run of play, it was the Belfast Giants that were to take the lead. 16 minutes and 31 seconds in we were. And you'll see Mark Garside, an absolute knuckleball. It was accredited to Darryl Lloyd, but I think on the replays, I can't see whether Lloyd got a touch on it or not. But you could see nothing that Big John could do about it. You can't quite see from that angle. But look at this, a right knuckleball. It's up, it's down, it's bubbling, it's bouncing, it's going everywhere, and it hits the top of the shoulder of Di Caro before finding the back of the net. 1-0 to the Belfast Giants. The Sheffield Steelers came out with the same intensity second session, and the line of Gertson, Limpright and Simon Ferguson were to have success. Gertson with a great effort. Ferguson goes to the net, he drives the puck home, and he's the first man to the loose puck. We're tied at 1-1. The arena went crazy. You'll see again, Gertson drives. Loose puck bouncing, Murphy can't get it, Ferguson does. And he beats Davy Phillips to that loose puck. Again, just drives Phillips through the net. And the Steelers crowd, well, there was only one winner at this point. The Sheffield Steelers were dominant like they've never been dominant before against Belfast. Big hit, big collision coming up, Lloyd and Michelle clash. Davy Phillips is off the bench, right to Tyler Michelle. Bit of afters, bit of to-in and throw-in. Here's how the penalty's read. Michelle, 2 for Ruffy. Gertson, somehow, 2 for Ruffy. Davy Phillips, 2 for Ruffy, and 2 plus 2, plus a game misconduct for leaving the bench. So after all that, Steelers only ended up with a 2-minute power play. What's all that about? Anyway, they couldn't make that power play count. Third period. Lloyd, can you believe it? Fars one over Di Caro. Did it get deflected? Was it blind? The Belfast Giants led 2-1. There was traffic in front, and it got a deflection as well from Darryl Lloyd, who was driving the net. Nothing Big John could do about it. The shot came in from wide. The deflection from Lloyd. Still plenty of time for the Sheffield Steelers. They went close time after time after time. They laid big hits out. They got hauled down, dragged down, but that was the only Belfast penalty of the third period. A boarding call on Sam Roberts. It gave the Steelers a late power play. Finnerty called a timeout. In fact, both coaches during this game called a timeout. This is the last shift of the game, and a chance with just 2 seconds remaining. But the Sheffield Steelers couldn't make it count. The final hooter went. And somehow, despite out shooting, out playing out, hitting the Belfast Giants, Stephen Murphy stood on his head. And the Belfast Giants win this one by 2-1. Ryan Finnerty was just inconsolable. Emotions must be all over the place after that game. Your team played so well with such heart and character, but then again came away with nothing.
Yeah, well, the wrong team won tonight, and simple. We outworked them, we outbattled them, we outchanced them. You know, other than, I mean, there's nothing I can say. I'm proud of the guys. They battled hard. We deserve better. We deserve better all around. We didn't get any calls. We worked for everything out there, worked for every inch of the ice, and we never got rewarded. You know, we outplayed that team. It wasn't even close. That team didn't even have a chance tonight. And they walk away with a bit of a lucky goal from, you know, a deflection and 2-1, and then we can't equalize.
Right off the bat, the Sheffield Steelers just looked a completely different team. They were outstanding that first 5 minutes. The intensity and the drive that they came out with set the tone for the whole night, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we out hit them. 364 hits tonight at them. We outchanced them. I mean, there wasn't even a game out there. It's a 2-1 score. It's frustrating, and that's the way sport is. And I guess that's what makes it interesting, but not when you're on the losing end of a game like that.
So what did you say to the players? You just had the door shut and just were talking to them. What message did you send them after it?
Well, I think it's overwhelming to think that you lose a game like this and people are putting the whole season on the line. And well, this is a team that has to approach it with that workmanlike mentality. We put in that effort. We're going to win 9 times out of 10. I can guarantee you that. You know, we replay that game 9 times out of 10, we'll win it. You know, it's inevitable. These goals are going to go in. These chances are going to go in. I'm proud of the guys. You know, and I won't hear a bad word about them. I'll stand in front of these guys any day because they work. You know, you work that hard and you don't get rewarded. It seems, you want to say, not fair, but at the end of the day, it's sport and these things happen. But like I said, we were the better team all over the ice in every aspect of that game, and we just didn't get rewarded tonight.